Yo, what is going on, guys? This is Getting Gnarly. So today I'm bringing you week 2 of the BMT reaction video series that I have on my channel. If you haven't seen week 1 or 0 week yet, make sure you go check those out. The links will be down in the description. Before we get into anything, I want to give a quick, huge shout out for 2,000 subscribers on my channel. It's been absolutely crazy the amount of subscribers that I've gotten in the past year just from joining the Air Force and documenting my experience all the way from MEPS or thinking about joining all the way until now being operational in Illinois. So to all of you who have subscribed, thought about subscribing, clicked on my channel, viewed any of my videos, I just want to give a huge shout out to you. I know it sounds corny, but it's so insane to just be here and where I was a year ago. It's really quite crazy. So 2013 subscribers, just want to give a huge shout out to all 2013 of you. So anyways, getting straight into it. Second week of BMT. Week 2, building a foundation. So jumping straight into it, a couple things. You're going to be doing a lot of this, a lot of studying. Maybe not necessarily sitting next to your wall locker, but in both dorms, whether it's Disneyland or Alcatraz, you sit next to your wall locker like this sometimes, and you had mandatory study time for 30 minutes. Now, depending on what type of person you are, what type of studier you are, methods you use, whatever, you can highlight, you can do whatever you want in your book. Some our sexual assault response coordinator, one of those briefings, she was super chill. We had a 2-hour brief about it, and she was like, sometimes you get sleepy and bored. I understand. She was a civilian, by the way. She was like, I don't really care if you doodle in your BMTSG, just make sure you're paying attention. And I was like, bet, let's go. So you're gonna be doing a lot of studying and stuff like that. The EOC isn't super intense, but it's not a common sense based test completely. It's super Air Force based, but it also ties in common sense in some areas. So I don't want to give away any information about it or anything like that, but all of the information that you need and every single thing that is on the test is in this book. So just be aware of that. And it's a complete mix too. The tests are completely mixed up. It's literally in the book. So you just have to read the book, follow along in class, and you will be perfectly fine. Also, this is basically, I'm just going to go over everything really fast. In Alcatraz, we don't have gun holders in our door. We keep them in cases underneath our bed. This is how you keep your towel and your laundry bag. So
during week 2, the trainees feel a little more confident. They're practicing more.
Couple things about this. So number 1, this is the best way to roll t-shirts in my opinion. This is how I did it every single time. You freaking, you fold your shirt just like the BMT DG tells you to, which is the binder that's kept in your wall locker. I'm not sure where they keep it in Disneyland, but that's where you keep it in Alcatraz. You press it, you just want to keep everything tight and neat and wrinkle free, okay? So you just pull it and you roll and roll and roll and roll and roll, right? The more you do it, the more that you will learn. It's not something I can tell you how to do or show you how to do, because it's all in the way that you feel it and the way that your MTI shows you. And sometimes I want you to do it specific ways, so. But anyways, you roll it as tight as you possibly can and as neat as you possibly can. You yank the roller out. Sometimes it's kind of hard. You roll it too tight. You gotta just yank it out the best way you can. You get the shirt. You go up to the wall locker and you roll it on the side of the wall locker to get the sides nice and flat, and you just kind of stack them up. There's a certain way to do everything, and you will learn every single possible thing you can imagine at BMT, and you can ask as many questions as you want to. So, number 2, these gloves are super important, along with your boot size, your clothes size, whatever it may be. Make sure that it fits you when you get it. If it doesn't fit, just make sure that you have opportunities to go back and change things out, but make sure your blue shoes fit. Your boots, both pairs, you get 2 pairs at BMT. Make sure your gloves fit. I had PT yesterday, and we had a 2-mile run, and then after that we went and we did a kickball tournament and a ultimate frisbee tournament and stuff like that, and it was so cold, and I honestly wish I had my gloves on me then, but my gloves don't really fit the best, so I wish I would have got a half a size bigger or whatever they measure in. So that's huge. Make sure your apparel fits. Number 3, baby wipes are saving grace at BMT. Whether you're at Beast and you just need a quick wipe down because it gets super hot, make sure you shower at Beast, by the way, because it can get pretty nasty. But if you need a quick wipe down in the middle of the day or something like that, and you have them in your backpack or your web belt or whatever it may be, just make sure you actually I don't think you're allowed to carry them in your web belt, don't do that, but At some point, if you have to go to the bathroom and you bring baby wipes with you, these are excellent for giving it a quick, just like day shower. for some reason our dormitory kept running out of toilet paper, and we needed something that would just take care of the problem, and this was that. So when we ran out of toilet paper, like baby wipes seriously were currency for us, so that is huge. That's huge. Also, most Sundays, which I'm going to get into in a second, you're going to be spending sitting on your bed, rolling and folding, because there's nothing really else to do. So
inside of the dormitory by themselves.
Just like this picture. So I'm not really going to get super in depth in this picture just because it's the same concept, but I have made excellent friends in basic military training, and this was the way to do it. This is the way to communicate. This is how you build relationships. Just talking to people, and this is the way to do it. You know, whether you're doing your dust downs or, you know, any detail for that matter, or you're just rolling and folding. So you also do this on weeknights, not just Sundays, but Sundays majority of the day it's either this or services or lunch. So also really quick, I want to touch on this little tag right here. When you first get to BMT, the first thing that we did was we went into the day room, we got these tags, we wrote our laundry number, what is it? Our you know, first letter of your last name and your last 4 of your social. Laundry tag, that's what it's called. You write that on this and your name. And basically, you put that on your bag because that's how they identify your bag through BMT if you need to get any of your civilian stuff out, your civilian luggage. And they also have you keep an extra one with your key for your well locker. So that's pretty important, just in case anyone was wondering.
You're starting to see some of those.
Folding a bed, you don't need a clipboard to make beds. I guess it helps a lot at Disneyland, but Alcatraz, we didn't really need that. If you're good at making beds, no offense to anyone who uses clipboards, but we were good at them and we didn't use clipboards.
Individuals, so step out a little bit.
Also, this is what Alcatraz looks like on the outside when you are forming up for formation. I'm not sure why this guy's at attention. These guys are at parade rest. There's nothing really else to be said. Maybe he's talking to the MTI or something like that, but
the leaders have.
Yeah, these guys are at attention too, so I'm not sure what the difference is there. Maybe they're gonna, no, that wouldn't make sense. I don't know, but.
Already come to the forefront, and they started to form a little bit of cohesion.
So in this picture, I believe this is right. This is the dorm chief. He is basically telling his flight, you know, flight 10 shot, you know, flight 256, prepare to enter the classroom, I believe, or something like that, right? And he's gonna call off for accountability, and they're gonna be like, 1 here, sir, 2 here, sir, 3 here, sir, 4 here, sir. And if it doesn't call, then this guy is the academic monitor, I believe. He has a roster with everyone's name on it and what their number should be. So if the number isn't called, he has to document who isn't there and where they are. And then when he gets in the classroom, the MTI will ask for accountability. They're gonna say either all here or roster numbers, you know, 45, 23, and 11 are not here. You know, they're at Reed Medical Clinic or whatever.
Cohesion together. They have a lot.
Okay, so this is the Disneyland classroom. They look like college classrooms. I went here a couple times, but at Alcatraz, our classrooms look nothing like this. So if you end up there, you're gonna be in for a treat. But if you do get to come to these classrooms, they are excellent. They're freaking awesome. I've had this teacher before. She's great. She taught us our class about like how to hit people with our guns and the certain stances for our guns, like to press ready and a bunch of stuff. So she's a really good teacher. So if you have her, she's awesome.
A lot of academic classes.
Okay. All right. If you're ever wondering why there's like female and male mixes, I'm just gonna make this really quick. This is probably or 100% likely to be their sister flight. In your dorms, you have a sister or brother flight, and you have cousin flights. So this is their sister flight, and you go to your classes with your brother or your sister flight. So also, don't get caught talking to the opposite gender in class. It's not something that you want to get caught doing because you're probably gonna get lit up and in some big trouble. So a time will come when you can talk to the opposite gender, and it's pretty much beast until you get to like tech school, so or Airman's Week.
We'd start to talk to them a little more in depth about health.
Okay, so I don't know if you remember from Zero Week. I've talked about this multiple times, but when you get off the bus, you go into the reception center, go into a little room, you get your parka, your backpack, you know, your BMTSG, a bunch of stuff. Then you get shuffled into this room. This is the auditorium. This is where you get briefed by like tons of people, tons of big people, right? This is also where you get assigned your flight, your MTI, you know, a bunch of different things. So you will come in here, eat your box nasty, which is like your sub sandwich, your mayo, mustard, pretzels, Oreos, and your juice box. And then you'll get shuffled back out into the hallway. You'll get on another bus, head to your dorm. So when you first get there. So this is just a room for mass briefings, and you'll come here for Airman's Week to get briefed, and It's a bunch of stuff like that. So also these like windows right here, these are just blinds, but they roll up. This right behind here is the stadium for the retreat ceremony. So right behind this big glass right here is where you actually form up for retreat, and then on the sides over here and over here are the stands where you will see your parents and family for the first time.
The living about.
Okay, so right outside of Disneyland, this is where, this is like underneath their dormitories and stuff, but this is where they do their workouts and stuff like that, obviously. At Alcatraz, at least at 322nd, our pull-up bars are on the wall. But like before chow and stuff like that, sometimes your MTI will make you do your workouts, or if you just want to practice doing workouts, or you know, whatever it may be. So it honestly just helps you build endurance, so when the PT test comes, you guys will be better at it.
Being fit warrior airmen. We also begin to introduce a little more drill to them, such as
Quick little thing, I don't really know a ton right now about drill movements and stuff like that, just because I have been out for so long and we don't use it like every day, like we really don't. So I can't really talk about drill a whole bunch. This is underneath the atrium at Disneyland. I can talk about that. This is also, it's at one of the squadrons specifically, but you all meet up there, all of BMT, or at least that graduating class or whatever, graduating week. You all meet there, and that's where you kind of practice retreat and start retreat, and you also practice parade there. So it can get really loud underneath these huge atriums, but I can't really speak a lot on drills.
Open ranks, formation of the flight, as well as some transitory drills. And these are all drill movements that they have to be able to perform as a team. During the second week of training,
really quick, I've talked about this before. When you are at BMT, after your initial PT test in 0 week, you are assigned a belt color, and that is the lane that you will run in at BMT. So there are 4 lanes on the running tracks. You run for like, what is it, 32 minutes a day or something like that, 29 minutes, I think, something like that. Basically, you have to stick with your color. Blue is the best, red is the worst, yellow is kind of mediocre, and green is a little bit better than mediocre. And this is just what you do for on-run days for PT. So
they also get their second PT.
This is just them doing a PT test. This isn't what Alcatraz looks like. This is also at Disneyland. You have MTIs, and this might be an MTI. It just depends what they wear, but this could be like their, what is it? I'm not sure the word is, but this could be an officer, so to speak. So basically they just watch you and make sure that you're doing everything correctly, and that if you do something wrong, they'll tell you that didn't count, or that didn't count, or fix this or fix that. So
evaluation. And we have them compare how did you do during that initial 0 week evaluation to how are you performing and how are you progressing during this second week evaluation.
I don't remember us actually doing squats. We never did squats. We never did those.
Week evaluation.
All right. So that is going to be the second week of basic military training. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. If you have any video requests or anything along those lines, feel free to leave it down below. I know I hit 2,000 subscribers, but if you aren't subscribed yet, you should definitely hit that subscribe button. Maybe turn on notifications so when I do upload a video, they will pop up. I know it's been a little while since I've uploaded, but I'm going to be getting them back on a regular basis. I've just been studying CDCs and spending a little bit more time with my wife as well. So, anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for 2,000 subscribers. It means so much to me. And anyways, peace out, and thank you for watching. Oh, also, don't forget to leave your ship dates down below so that all of you can connect before you leave for BMT. So, peace out.